Hi everyone, I'm Abby, and welcome to my Grumpus tier list from Bugsnax. Now, I actually made this tier list myself, and as you can see up here, it includes the DLC, so that means there's spoilers for it, as you can see right here. So that's why I decided to upload this video, like, after my Let's Play is done. So that way, you can, like, catch up on it. And there's no spoilers early on, just in case you don't know who I'm talking about. So here's your warning, in case you don't want any spoilers. Okay, let's get started now. And also, this just a disclaimer that this this list is completely my own, and it might be completely different from yours. So yeah. Just keep that in mind and try not to complain too hard if there's something on here that you don't like. Okay, let's get started. They're in a completely random order down here, and so we'll just go in the order and not make it too random or whatever. So first up, let's start with Lizbert. Now, unfortunately, you have to put her in the B tier because we don't get to interact with her all that much, and we don't really know all that much about her. So unfortunately, it's just kind of tricky to like you root for her, but it's kind of hard to truly root for her because, again, she's not really in the game that much. It's mostly flashbacks and the ending and stuff like that, which is unfortunate, but yeah, that's why I have to put her in a B tier. She's good, but we don't get to know her that well. Here's Shelda, and due to the DLC, I'm putting her in A. She's really, really good. I actually really enjoy her character. She's weird and hypocritical and talks in metaphors and stuff like that, but I think she's cool. Like, really cool. And I love her voice actress too. It's great. I think her name is Deborah Wilson. Yeah, I mean, all the voices in Bugsnax do a great job, but still. I'm glad it's amazing they got so many high-profile actors to come onto this game, especially considering the fact that it's not a AAA game. It's an indie game. Yeah. Bilbo, I'm putting in A2. And again, this order is completely random, so don't take this too literally. I'm just putting them in the ranks that I think they belong in, based on my opinion, but I'm not actually ranking them I'm just gonna put them in straight up. I'm not ranking them like this, because I like Bilbo more than Shelda, but at the same time, I don't want to make it too complicated. Okay? Now, anyways, Bilbo is a great character. Yeah, you feel really bad for him because, no one takes him seriously. No one relates to him, in-game. People are always complaining about him and stuff like that, and they're being mean, especially in terms of Beffica and Floofty and stuff like that. We don't really see Floofty be mean to Bilbo, but apparently Floofty told Bilbo that he was about as useful as a beak without a bottom. So yeah, that's pretty harsh. Thankfully, though, he does have his friends and gains confidence in the end, which is nice. Igabel, gonna have to put her in maybe A. Because we get to know her a bit well, and she's really relatable and stuff like that, with her depression and anxiety issues. I can't relate to her, but I know other people can, which is unfortunate, but yeah. And she's really sweet, and her relationship with Lizbert, even though it's not shown as much as I probably would have liked, at least it's nice and it's wholesome for the most part too. Yeah. And I like how concerned she is about everybody. It makes for a good doctor, even if it makes her very anxious sometimes and makes her worried a little too hard. Yeah. Floofty. Floofty's a tricky one for me. I like them, but at the same time, they're so infuriating and rude and arrogant. Not sure I should put them in the S tier or the A tier. Let's put them in S, I guess. But it's on the lower end of the S tier. Because like I said, they're very infuriating and arrogant and rude and mean. I don't even know why I like them so much. It's weird. Now, Jamfoot. But Floofty, I don't know, it's just that they're chaotic neutral in its most basic form. They want to help Grumpus kind, but at the same time they cut off their leg, try to cut off their head, are rude and arrogant, refuse to understand other people except right at the end. And they refuse to let emotion get in the way when it should be getting in the way sometimes. Like, seriously. They don't seem to care about the consequences that the government research project them and Snorpy worked on. The government had less than slavery plans for that technology, and they didn't even care. They just insisted that it would have been better if it had existed, even though there would have been consequences involved. That's chaotic neutral. Now for Jamfoot, he definitely goes in A tier. He has a sexy voice, interesting design, he's funny while being ominous and serious at the same time. But unfortunately, that's about it. I would have put him higher, but we don't know enough about him to really be able to judge that, unfortunately. There's not much to say about him. I wish there was, but most of the stuff out there is just fan interpretations. That's the thing. Grumpus I'm putting in B because he can be such a jerk sometimes, especially towards Gramble, but he has his nice moments at least, and he's willing to apologize, which is good. Even though his stubbornness does get in the way sometimes. Clumby I'm putting in C tier, which is ironic because her name is Clumby, so it's fitting because her name begins with a C too. Clumby, kind of like Jamfoot, except this time she's less likable than him. And from what we know anyways. I mean, that letter, it does imply there's more depth to her and stuff like that, especially considering the fact that she's involved with Jamfoot through force and not choice, most likely. And she has a lot of parallels with the journalist, or buddy, or as some people call them. And it's nice, but at the same time, she's such a jerk and cranky and mean. Especially considering the fact that she fires you and declares you legally dead. We don't know if she did that willingly or not, but still. That's why she's going in C tier. Too much interpretation and not enough niceness and actual confirmed content. Romdo, I'm putting as B tier. He's kind of sympathetic, but at the same time, he's such a jerk. Like, wow. Greed inherently isn't a good thing. I do like some greedy characters like Wrinkle Stan from Gravity Falls and Kakuzu from Naruto Shippuden, but sometimes it depends on how it's handled, whether or not I like it. And Kuromdo, sympathetic reason, but it can be annoying sometimes, unfortunately. Ethica, I'm putting on the lower end of the B tier. She is such a brat. Like, holy crap. She is such a brat. And, like, again, kind of sympathetic, but so annoying at the same time. It's unfortunate. Chandlo, I'm putting in S tier, for sure. Him and Snorpy. They're such an adorable couple, like, holy crap. And, the fact that Chandlo honestly thought they were dating for years, and Snorpy didn't realize that and thought that Chandlo was just oblivious, whereas everyone else wasn't. That was so funny and so cute. Like, it's adorable. I can't possibly separate them, which is why they're both going in S tier. That's great. Triffany, I'm gonna put her in lower end of A tier. She's great and everything like that, but she can be a bit, what's the word? Not really annoying, but like picky and choosy and bratty sometimes. Not as much as not really much of a jerk as Wambus is, but still. It's unfortunate, but she can be annoying in that way sometimes. But she's a sweetheart in other ways too. That's why she's in the lower end of the A tier. Then there's Gramble, which I'm putting in A tier. Poor guy. He has some quotable one-liners and stuff like that, but I feel so bad for him. Like, because he has abandonment issues and anxiety as a result. He sleepwalks, and you can actually freaking force feed him bug snacks while he sleepwalks. And as horrifying as that is, I've had to do it to 100% complete the game, and I do not approve. It's something I'm not proud of, unfortunately. Force feeding a vegetarian meat without their consent, that's just awful. That's why I'm never, ever, ever force feeding him again. And Wiggle, I'm gonna put her in A tier. Yeah. She's great and all, great singing voice and stuff like that, but some parts of her character do kinda annoy me. Like, not her singing voice or how overly dramatic she is or anything like that, but just the fact that she steals a buck snacks from Gramble's barn without him apparently knowing, and then trying to lie to cover it up, that is just awful. Like, I understand it's part of her character arc to get over that, and she does apparently care for Gramble, like, genuinely. It still rubs me the wrong way, which is why she's only an A tier. So, yeah. Yeah, that's my tier list. Not super long, because, like, it's only, like, 15 Grumpuses. Yeah, it's only 15 Grumpuses in this tier list that I actually made myself. If I haven't mentioned that before, I'm not sure. And, yeah. Feel free to tell me in the comments whether or not you agree with me or would change some things around. And just remember to not be a jerk about it, okay? Even if your opinion is completely different from mine, we can still get along, so long as you're respectful. So anyways, thanks for watching. And feel free to like and comment and subscribe and all that stuff. And also be sure to check out my Patreon, which is where I posted this video first. As a week early access kind of thing. And also I have a Twitter account too. So yeah, peace off.